Morning, everybody. So let's get started today. But today I want to do something a little bit different. I want to take a little bit of a break from our October challenge. We'll get back to it the next time we meet. But today I want to just work on a little bit of jump roping. We'll still do our yoga. We'll still do a little mindfulness. But instead of the challenges, the fitness challenges, I want to go ahead and get into another skill that we could do at home. Okay, and that would be jump roping. So if you don't have something, or if you need to go get something, stop the video and go get some kind of a rope. If you have a jump rope, that's fine. If you don't have a jump rope, maybe just get some kind of a rope, okay, and it'll be enough to just teach you how to do a jump rope. Okay, so lay it down like that. We're just going to get used to jump roping. Now, the reason I like jump roping so much, because it's a fun skill to do, because there's a whole bunch of different ways you can do it. But it really gets your heart rate up, because you're jumping. Jumping is a good way to get your heart rate up, and I love to be able to do that, because it's so good for our heart and lungs and our brains. Okay, so the first thing I want you to do is we're going to do this for, we're going to do a couple little different exercises for 30 seconds. And the first one we're going to do is with both feet, you're just going to jump over, back and forth for 30 seconds. So let's start at 10:45 and keep it up for 30 seconds. So jump back and forth. You can go up and down the rope. You know, you're not really going to do this with the jump rope, but this is a good exercise. So if you can keep it up for the 30 seconds, another 15. And stop. Okay. So the next one I want you to do is we're going to see if you can hop over with one foot. It's a little bit challenging because you might lose your balance. It's a little easier with 2 feet, obviously. So we're going to see if we can do this for a half a minute. Okay, so ready? And we'll start at 10:40, 2:45 again. We'll see if we can keep it up for 30 seconds. Ready? Over. You might have to, I can see I'm having to do a double jump just to keep my balance. It's a little challenging. So I can see I need to do like a double jump. It's pretty hard to go, although you can do it. Okay, another couple seconds. Okay, and stop. All right, see if you can do it with the other leg. I'm not going to do it with you because I have a bad knee on this leg. Okay, you go ahead and keep doing it. See if you can do the same thing you did on the other leg. We'll keep it up for another 15 seconds. Okay, 3, 2, 1, great. Okay, so the next thing I want you to do is we're going to do some jumping jacks for 30 seconds. So you stand with your feet straddling the rope, and remember, how do we do a jumping jack? Up like this, and then back. So let's do it. Ready, go for half a minute. Feet out and then in, out and in. Good. Keep it up. Another 10 seconds. Three, 2, 1. Excellent. Okay. Feel your heart rate coming up? That's what we want. We want our heart rate to be elevated. We don't want to sit on the chair all day. I know you have to do that. You have to learn. Good to get up, get your heart rate up. Okay. Get your jump rope. And here's how I like to measure it. I put it right at the back of my ankles. Okay. And you'll find out how much swing you need. But that's a good place to start. All right, so grab the jump rope with 2 hands. You can see, I don't know if you can see, I have a fan here. I have all these obstacles, so hopefully you have a little more space than I have. So this is really challenging for me, that I don't hit things. Make sure you don't hit something as you twirl the rope. So make sure there's a decent amount of space. So what I'd like you to do is, you're going to start like this, and you're just going to have the rope swing like this. See how your hands are coming over like that? And let the rope hit the ground. And then what we're going to start doing is when the rope comes to about here, when I see the rope right about here, that's when I have to start to jump. Okay, if I jump too soon, I'm going to miss it. So when I see it right around here, when it comes into my field of vision, I'm going to start jumping. Got it? Okay, do that with me. Got it? All right, now let's put it to the test. All right, so we're going to put the rope behind our legs, and with both hands, we're going to go like this. Both hands, we're going to go like that, as we did with one. Okay, and we're going to see if we can just jump over one time. Okay, just see if you can get one. Now remember, you're going to start to jump when you feel your arms. You're going to feel your arms coming here. That's what mindfulness is so good, because you can now start to feel what's going on in your body. So when you have an awareness of your arms coming to this point, like right around here, you're going to start to jump. Okay, ready? And drop one at a time. See if you can just get one. Okay, let's see if you can do two. Got it? And if you can get two, see if you can get three. Okay. All right, so here's how I'd like you to practice this. We're going to do it for, I think, 30 seconds. We're going to see if we can, no, we're going to see if we can go for 45 seconds with a continuous jump. So we're going to practice for 45 seconds. Okay, so let's start at 8:00. Don't get frustrated if you can't do it. I know I'm going to miss because that's very restricting here for me. So ready? Get going. Now you can either do a single jump like I'm doing and waiting for the rope to come over, or you can do a double jump, which is a little wee jump in between, a little baby jump in between. It's really good for timing. Okay, keep it up. And the better you get, the better your heart rate goes up. Okay, this is really hard for me because I'm so conscious of my rope hitting the fan that I'm really not allowing it to go all the way up. Okay, so stop. Okay, so basically, I would like you to practice that every single day, even when you don't have gym. Just get the rope, and even better, go outside and do that. Go outside where you're on the sidewalk. That's going to be so much easier to go ahead and really twirl that. Okay, so let's move into the sun salutation. Let's do a couple, 2 or 3 or 4 rotations. I want to add one or two things at the end. We're actually in the middle when we get to downward facing dog. But let's get into the routine. Ready? Reach up, dive down, touch your toes, or your ankles, come up to a tabletop, straight back, dive down to your toes, go to a plank, let's hold it. Now slowly go down to the mat, and then up to a cobra, and back down to the mat, downward facing dog, step up to your toes, to your hands, up to your knees down to your toes, up to the sky. Ready, dive down. Touch your toes, touch your knees, touch your toes. Plank. Lower yourself to the mat and up to the cobra. Down to the mat and up to downward facing dog. Now, here's what I want us to do. Lift your right leg up. This is called the three-legged dog. Then lift your left leg up. And step up to your hands. Touch your toes to your knees, to your toes, up to the sky. Ready? Swan dive down to your toes, to your knees, to your toes, to a plank, lower to the mat, up to cobra. Oh, stretch it out down to the mat, up to downward facing dog. Reach your right leg up straight. Reach your left leg up now straight. Step up to your hands. Touch your toes. Touch your knees. Toes. And up to the sky. Take a big deep breath. Okay. Get a chair. I want to do some mindfulness. Now, the thing that's so cool about mindfulness is as you get better at this, because what we're trying to do is to become aware of what's going on. Okay, all the while we're breathing, we're focusing inside, we're totally becoming aware of how our body feels, how the breath feels, all these thoughts that are coming in and out of our brain. We're just becoming very aware of them. Now, what we're going to try to do today is we're going to increase our time to 1 minute and 45 seconds of sitting. Okay? And I know this is not easy to do. And if you remember what we do with the Borg scale, your exertion level, this is really for fitness, but it applies to sitting still because that's very difficult to do. This is not going to be very easy. It's going to be, for most of us, sitting still is very hard to do. And I know it's going to be somewhat hard for you to do. I know that. And you're going to feel like this is silly, I don't want to do it, blah, blah, blah. But what you are doing is becoming more aware of how your body feels. And you're also really improving that mental concentration muscle. Okay, that's why it's so valuable. So I'd like to do this for 1 minute and 45. I'll walk you through a little bit. We'll start at 13:45 and then we'll go to 15, what would they be? 15:15. Okay? So sit comfortably on the chair, feet on the ground, back somewhat straight, hands grasped if you like. Close your eyes if it's comfortable for you. If not, just have your gaze go down and just take a big deep breath in and breath out. Breath in, breath out. Feel the breath going in, feel it going out. In, out. Feel any sensation that comes along. That's okay. And then, but come back to the breath. Your mind's going to wander off. When you realize it has wandered off, come on back to the breath. Okay, you're on your own for another minute. 3, 2, 1. Okay, don't get up, but slowly open your eyes. Okay, we never want to just jump right up out of doing a sitting meditation. Just in the same way we don't jump right up when we first wake up out of bed. So, how do you know if you're doing this right? Well, there really is only a few criteria. One is, was it easy to do? Was it effortless to come back to the thoughts? Did you have a bunch of thoughts? That's fine. Did you get absorbed in the thoughts? That's what most people do. Did you come back to the breath once you realized you were off on a tangent with the thoughts? And that's what we should do. So it's a constantly taking the breath, focusing on our breath, losing focus, because that's what our mind does, losing focus on a thought or a sensation or a noise, and then once we realize it, then we come back to our breath. It's as simple as that. Okay? All right, so we'll get back to our October challenges next class, but you did a great job today, and remember to practice every day that jump roping. Okay, see you later.